Hey everyone, it's Justine, and today I am happily hopping with Altenew to celebrate their brand new release of some gorgeous stamps, dies, and inks. I'm going to be using this stamp called the Dearest Friend for one of my cards today, and I'm going to be using that very intricate large flower image. Now, I don't know about you, but I am super intimidated by coloring. So I have been practicing and I have been learning and I can color quite decently, but oftentimes I like to make a card where I don't have to. So I want to show you, because I'm sure everyone else that's hopping today is going to show you watercoloring and coloring and all these beautiful things, but I wanted to show something for those of you who aren't very comfortable with it. A way to actually mask off this image so that it stays pure white on a colorful background. Now this image here would be way too intricate to mask off using some masking paper and some scissors. So I'm going to show you an alternative way to get this done. I'm going to be working on some Canson watercolor paper, and I'm going to be stamping using some VersaFine ink, which is waterproof. I'm going to stamp this gorgeous detailed stamp here onto my card, and this is honestly so gorgeous I could just leave it the way it is and send it as a black and white note card, but I'm going to actually do something with it. So I went to my local craft store today, and because I could not find my liquid mask, and I am going to be using today some Pebeo drying gum here, or Pebeo, or however you say it, and I am going to be using this to mask off my image. How does it work? Well, it's called gum because it is like gum. So it's liquid right now, and I'm going to apply it using this calligraphy pen here that the art store had recommended for getting really fine detailed spaces covered. So you have a really fine point so I can get all of those really small things. However, for larger images or less intricate things, you could use a regular brush. So I'm just going to cover it all. It's very handy because it's blue, so you know definitely if you've missed a spot or not. And you're going to just color and lay it down over the whole image. You're not going to leave a very thick layer at all, because the thicker it is, the longer it takes to dry, and you only need a little bit of a layer to cover it in total. I do recommend leaving it overnight to dry. I left mine for about an hour and a half or so, and it wasn't completely dry, and that can result in tearing some of your page. So be sure to do this overnight just to be on the safe side and let it completely dry. When it dries, it actually feels like gum. So off screen there, I finished coloring the entire image using the gum. I let it harden overnight, and then I'm going to now grab my QOR colors. These are tubes originally and liquid, and I let them harden in the case. I'm adding water wherever I want color to go. So my idea is to get this color all around the shape, but to leave still quite a bit of white space. So I'm just going in with a wet brush and I'm dropping in color, keeping in mind what colors make brown so I could avoid them. These QOR watercolors I find are super vibrant and really fun to play with, so I really wanted to choose these because I really want that bright sort of rainbow background. Now you can put as many layers or multiple layers as you want onto your card. Keep in mind though that you will want it to dry before adding your second layer. And of course, if you're getting any puddles, you can soak those up with a paper towel. So I let my first layer there. I added colors after color until I was satisfied. And remember, they are going to dry lighter than they look right now. So once it was all dry, it looked like this here. And I went ahead and I added even more color to that to get it even more vibrant. So it's really up to you how many layers you want to do. Just be careful if you're using a heater that you don't heat the gum too much, because you don't want it to react with the paper and get stuck. So when you're all finished adding your background and everything is dry, you are going to be able to actually peel off the washi tape here as well as the gum. So carefully remove your washi tape or your painter's tape that you laid down to hold your watercolor in place, and then you're going to be able to remove the gum. Now, to remove the gum, you just simply need to rub your fingers over top of it and it should start coming up. If not, you could also use an adhesive eraser as well to give you a hand. So for me, it comes off super easily. It is like a chewing gum, so you kind of have to pull a little bit here. As long as you let it fully dry on your page, there shouldn't be any sort of ripping or tearing of your watercolor paper. If, however, you didn't let something dry, you will have that be the case. So once my image was complete here, I decided to grab this circle die from the Create a Wreath die set from Altenew. I wasn't a fan of the background actually when I had finished it, and when I'm looking at it on screen while I'm doing the video editing, I actually really liked it. So I went ahead and I just cut it down into a circle. I do this quite often if I'm not happy with my full image, is I'll cut out just a portion of it and then use that on my card. So I have this cool frame as well as the inside with all those flowers on it. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add just a couple of pieces of foam tape here to the back of the center of the circle that I had cut out, and I'm going to add all of these to my card base. Now for my card base, I'm using an 11 by 4 1/4 piece of 110-pound Neenah Solar White cardstock. I'm scoring it at 5.5 inches here, and I'm going to be adding everything to the top of my card. So I went ahead and I added the flower piece here, and I'm going to add that to the center of my cardstock, and then I'm going to add the frame around it, but I'm not adding this with any foam tape, so there's just some dimension on that image, which I really, really like. I then simply melted the embossing powder using my heat tool here, and then I just trimmed it down to add to the front of my card. If you're interested in any of the supplies I used in today's video, I have them linked below in the video description as well as on the blog. I also have the the blog hop going on today for Altenew, so there's several prizes to be won if you want to hop along for your chance to win some gift certificates and check out more inspiration using the new release. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. If you would like to check out another video, I have another recommendation using Altenew products, or you can go ahead and click on my face there to subscribe to my channel. Thanks so much for watching, and have yourselves a great week. Bye!